Hello. Today we will start fault tree analysis. We will discuss how to construct fault tree in half an hour or 40 minutes of lecture today. The contents will start with the history, then the symbols used in fault tree, then the concept of constructing fault tree, and we will describe the PSC concept, primary, secondary and common concept, and the steps. We will see some example applications, and the source for this particular presentation is Komamoto book as well and Ericsson 2005. Komamoto and Henle 1996 and Ericsson 2005 Ericsson 2005 hazard analysis techniques for system safety. Fault tree analysis is a graphical and mathematical tool, and its purpose is to explore the causes of system level failures. Why it is graphical? Because we will be using several symbols in terms of event and gate symbols, and event and gate symbol and all the symbols will be linked, event symbols will be linked with appropriate gate, and then what happened by this process we will be getting a graphical tree which ultimately enumerates the causes of system level or top level failure. Why it is mathematical? Because the different events from top events to bottom events, including intermediate events, they are linked with some logic symbol like AND gate, OR gate and similar gate symbols. So, which can help us to develop the mathematics of different higher level that events. Here the mathematics means the probability of event occurring. It may be the top level event, may be the intermediate level event or the basic bottom level event. So, that means one hand it is a graphical one, another hand it is mathematical one, because this graphical tree structure can be mathematically represented. So, it uses deductive logic, it is basically why. Suppose we start with the system level failure which is known as top event, then we ask question why that top event has occurred, then immediate answers what you get, they may be the immediate causes, then again that immediate event will be answered through another why question, and in this manner you will start from the top to bottom level. So, that is why it is a deductive logic, and proceed top down to identify component level failures. Now, the component level failures are basic events and system level failure is the top event. We will explain what is the component level failure. If you recall the system breakdown structure whatever we have discussed in the earlier lectures. So, you have seen that we started with a system and then subsystem, subsystem, ultimately we have gone to the component level, sometime to the part level. So, in the case of pressure tank, the system is basically to store the pressurized gas in the tank. Now, the tank rupture can be the system level failure. Now, if we consider tank rupture is the system level failure, then immediately the question will be why tank rupture, then it will be seen that the overpressure is the cause of tank rupture. So, then what happened, you will ask why overpressure, then you will find out that pump overrun will be the cause. Then you will ask why pump overrun, then you will find out the current to that pump is too long. Then in that manner if you ask why current to pump too long, you may find out that the timer fail or the operator fail, so many things will be coming. So, that means the top level will be maybe the tank rupture, component level, ultimately you will come to the component level, the timer, then the switch, then the wire, power supply, pump, pressure gauge. So, all component level failure are responsible for the top level failure. The top event is linked to the basic event. So, when you come to the component level failure, and component level failure is also known as basic event, it is something where you have enough data to know the probability of failure. So, the top event is linked to the tank rupture will be linked to this bottom component level failure with reference to pressure tank system with several intermediate events and logic gates and event symbols. So, for the time being, what you have learned here? You have learned that fault tree analysis is a graphical and mathematical tool. Why graphical? It will use several symbols. And why mathematical? The symbols are event symbols are linked with gate symbol. Gate symbol has specific mathematical structure, particularly the Boolean algebra related things, and which helps you in quantifying the probability of the top event failure given the bottom level failure. Now, top event is basically system level failure, whereas the bottom event is the component level failure. So, top event, when you ask why top event has occurred, so you will basically dig down asking why question to the bottom level or the component level. Now, the component level is that level where what happened, the failure probability is known or it can be quantified. That is why the component level failures are known as basic events, and top level failure is known as top event, and top event is connected to basic events through different intermediate events. That is why the different event symbols are used, and the connection between the event symbols are through logic gates. That is why different logic gates are used. It is a very well known and very good technique, and it gives useful causes and identify the path leading from the bottom level or component level failure to top level failure. It is extensively used in safety studies, reliability studies. So, if we see the history of fault tree, then you see that it was developed in 1961 and 62 by Watson and Mearns in the Bell Laboratory of US Air Force, and it is related to this particular system, that is Minuteman launch control system. So, later adopted by Boeing, nuclear, chemical, software. So, different almost all industries they have accepted this, and it is a very good technique and extensively used in reliability and safety studies. In fact, we will see that fault tree is one of the most important techniques for this engineering system safety or industrial system safety, industrial system safety engineering course. So, we will be dealing it with great depth, and we will spend some time for this fault tree. So, this time you have heard that event symbol and gate symbols. I say the event symbol to describe the events that lead to the system level failure, and gate symbol are that connect the event symbol as per their causal relations. Okay. Let me repeat once more. Event symbols describe the events that lead to system level failure. System level failure is top event, and with reference to pressure tank, we have seen that tank rupture is the system level failure. That is basically top event, and then there will be many intermediate events. So, what happened? We will put this explanation with box. There will be many intermediate box, and finally, what will happen? There will be many other symbols will be coming. We will see later on. So, what I mean to say that this is our top event, and these are the basic event or bottom event or component level event, bottom component event or basic event. So, what we are saying that gate symbols are used that connect event symbol to the higher level symbols with causal relation. These are the events, this is event symbol, event symbol. Now, suppose I want to link this symbol with these two, you can create a gate here like this. So, this is AND gate, we will see later on. Okay. So, gate, this is a gate symbol, this is a gate, and now it is obvious that if I want to see that why this event has occurred, then definitely these two events are responsible and the relationship is depicted by this gate. We will discuss in detail. So, let us see some of the symbols then we will go for their application. One is circle. What is circle? Circle determine the primary or basic failure event. What is basic failure event? Basic failure is the component level failure. So, when we put circle, we understand that it is a random event and sufficient data is available. That means, we know the probability of that event occurrence. Then another symbol we use rectangle. It basically talks about the state of the system, subsystem or component event. For example, with reference to pressure tank system, the state of the system is tank rupture, or the subsystem may be the pumping system, or maybe that is the storage system like the pressure tank itself store. So, pump overrun or component level event may be the timer failure, may be the operator failure or something like this. All such state that whether the tank is in normal condition or in failure condition, whether the pumping system is failure condition or in normal working condition, whether the component are failure or not, all those states of the system will be represented by rectangle. So, if I say the top event occurred tank rupture, then means the system level failure has occurred, this is the state of the system. So, you will write tank rupture within the rectangle, that tank rupture. Okay. So, then diamond. Diamond is a secondary failure underdeveloped event, can be explored further. What happened when you link the top event like the tank rupture to the bottom events up to the component level? So, what happened, there will be several intermediate events, but you may find out that some of the intermediate events are such that they are underdeveloped, means you are not able to have the full information and you require to explore it further, and at present when you are developing the fault tree, that time your knowledge base is not that sufficient to explore it, then this will be put under diamond symbol. Then we say this is a secondary failure. It cannot be explored now, but it required to be explored further. But if you can explore it further. So, you explore it, dig down to the bottom level. So, do not put diamond. Then what happened? Oval. Oval symbol is basically conditional event. So, if something happened in reference to this, then only this top event will occur. For example, that alarm sounds, like in the pressure tank system you have seen that there is a alarm sound under overpressure condition, and if alarm sounds, at that time operator need to check the pressure gauge and then he should remove the contact. Okay. So, now what happened, suppose alarm sound and operator taken wrong action, then what happened? Top event will occur, overpressure condition will occur and finally rupture will take place. So, here operator pushes a wrong switch is the conditional event. So, such things will be put under oval. What is house? House represent either occurrence and non-occurrence of an event. There may be a situation when the both occurrence and non-occurrence has consequence, has causal implication to the system. So, then what happen? Under such situation you will use this. It is occurrence as well as a non-occurrence as consequence, not only occurrence, non-occurrence. So, when you go for bigger fault tree, maybe house event and other things will come. Now, the triangles in and out, two triangles are used, that is transfer in and transfer out symbol used to replicate a branch of a subtree of a fault tree elsewhere of the fault tree. So, when you develop system level fault tree, you may find out that the tree will be very big, and it may so happen when you come to the subsystem levels. So, there may be some of the subsystem which are basically applicable in other part of the tree. So, that is why what happen, if you develop a fault tree for a particular subsystem and then you should not require to develop it further in the other part, you just put in and out symbol in the first case and other place you write in, and that will basically reduce the size of the tree, qualitative that size of the tree. So, these two symbols very special symbols. So, they will be or commonly we small tree it is not used, but for a big tree, particularly for big tree this is used, and this is a symbol which basically you may not get all the time such kind of examples, but sometimes it may happen that whether it is occurred or not occurred, and that has some implications. Okay. So, that means how many? There are 6 event symbols. These are just to represents basically what is happening there when you develop the fault tree. Then there will be several gate symbols. Gate symbols are used in between event symbols to logically link the parent and child that events, parent event to the children events. Okay. So, there will be AND gate, OR gate, priority AND gate, and then exclusive OR gate, inhibit gate, this voting gate. So, 6 gates I am showing here. So, I will explain all those gates with example. Okay. Now, first is AND gate. What does it mean? The output event occurs when all the input event occurs. This is a AND gate. What is the output event? Power is unavailable in the system. What are the input event? Principal unit fails, standby unit fails. You think of two situation where the principal unit is there, standby generator is also there. So, now there is no power, no electricity in the system when principal units fail. So, the standby unit will work automatically with the help of a switch controller. Now, the situation is that principal units fails and then also standby units fails. So, much before replacement or repairment of the principal unit, what will happen? Power is unavailable. So, that means both principal unit as well as standby unit should fail, then only this situation will occur. So, here this is my output event and these two are input event. Need not be, there will be only 2 inputs. So, there can be many more inputs. Here suppose there are k inputs with AND gate and 1 output obviously. So, in that case this output will occur only when all the k inputs occur. If all the k inputs does not occur, output will not occur. That is what is AND gate. Then OR gate. OR gate with it is basically again in terms of OR gate there will be output event, there will be input events. Okay. Now, you just see the pressure tank example what we have already explained. So, what happened? Timer contact closed. So, when timer contact will be closed, timer contact fails to open and timer failure. So, overpressure condition occurs when timer's contact closed more than the set time. The setting will be done by timer. Now, if there is a timer failure, then what will happen? This contact will be closed. If we think that it is first closed and it is running, then otherwise what will happen? The timer contact itself is fails to open. So, this is failure mode of timer contact and timer also is failed, it has failed, it is not working. If either of the two work happened, then timer contact will be closed. So, this kind of situation is that output event occurs when at least one of the input events occur. So, need not be again here there will be only one input, there will be many inputs. What does it mean? Any one of the input event if occurs, output event will occur. So, that is your OR gate. Then priority AND gate. What is priority AND gate? Priority AND gate is the output event occurs when all the input event occurs in the order from left to right or right to left. Actually, there is a sequence of occurrence, that is then you use priority AND gate. For example, there is a standby, suppose that main system fails, then the standby system will be automatically operational through a switch controller. Switch controller connect the standby units. So, what will happen when principal unit fails, then switch controller job starts, it basically makes the standby unit operational. But unfortunately, what happens, switch controller first fails and maybe after that principal unit fails and it was not noticed the switch controller fails, not repaired. So, when principal control unit fail, so switch controller has already failed, it will not make the standby unit operational. So, here the standby unit will not work and as a result the power will be unavailable provided first switch controller fail followed by principal unit fails. So, that is what is the order, that is the first then the second, but both the things must happen, it should happen in this order. What will happen if switch controller is successful, principal unit fails, then automatically standby unit will start working. So, power will be available in that case. Okay. So, this is known as priority AND gate. Then another gate is exclusive OR gate. What is exclusive OR gate? Exclusive output event occurs if either of the two input event occurs, but not both. So, you have generator 1 and generator 2. So, we are talking about my output event is partial loss of power. So, let the both generator 1 and generator 2 should operate to have the full loss of power, full power. So, if both the generator fails, that will be full loss of power. Now, partial loss of power is a situation when any one of the generator will work. You can extend to more inputs, but for the two inputs like this. So, this is the case. Suppose output event occurs if either of the two events, not both. If both will occur, suppose this fail and this fail, there will be no power. This fail, this does not fail, or this fail, second one fail, first one does not fail, then it is partial loss. And as a result, we are using this symbol, that exclusive OR symbol is like this. So, we are using this symbol. Its equivalent and an OR gate, you see, partial loss of power is possible when generator 1 fails, generator 2 operates, or generator 1 operates, generator 2 fails. If this condition occur, that means here no supply of power, here generator 1 operates and generator 2 fails, then here what will be, this condition simultaneously occur, partial loss of power will be there, or this condition occur, partial loss of power will be there. As a result, you are putting the OR gate. Now, inhibit gate. What is inhibit gate? The output event occurs when the input event occurs and the attached conditions are satisfied. This is the case. So, this is input, there will be output, this is the attached condition. Exactly it is written here, as I explained this one, that alarm sounds, operator pushes wrong switch when alarm sounds, operator fails to shut down the system. So, this is basically, this is the situation inhibit gate. Its equivalent is this, alarm sound, operator pushes wrong switch when alarm sounds. So, it is AND gate, but this is a conditional one. So, that is why this inhibit gate is used. If this happens, then this will be, and ultimately operator fails to shut down this. So, this is what is inhibit gate. Then last gate symbol, important symbol is M by N gate, which is also known as voting gate. Voting gate. So, it is basically output will occur when M of n input events occur. It need not be that all requires, you require at least m input events, out of n small n input events should occur, then top event will occur. Example is here, suppose you have automatic system and then for shutdown there are 3 monitors, and you say that if monitor at least 2 of the 3 monitors signal shutdown, you go for shutdown. But monitor is monitor, it can be, it can also fail, or it can generate spurious signal also. If monitor 1 generates spurious signal and monitor 2 generates spurious signal and monitor 3 also generates spurious signal, obviously there is a shutdown. But as you say that if 2 of the 3, if 2 give some signal, you will make shutdown. So, if monitor 1, monitor 2 or monitor 1, monitor 3 or monitor 2, monitor 3, if this combination, any of the combination shows you that spurious signal for shutting down, so shutdown will take place. Here top event is unnecessary shutdown. You have 3 monitors, if 2 of the 3 monitors give signal for shutdown, you will shut down. So, but these are spurious signal, no problem, but this is what is the concept. So, its equivalence representation is this, mean at least what happened, monitor 1, monitor 2 or monitor 2, monitor 3 or monitor 3, monitor 1 gives spurious signal, that means this condition simultaneously, this must be satisfied, that is why n, these 2 must be satisfied, that is why n, these 2 must be satisfied, that is AND gate. But this will occur if this condition or this condition satisfied, that is why OR gate. So, this is what is voting gate. Okay. So, we have explained you the symbol and gate. I can say event symbol and gate symbol. Then what happened, using those symbols you have to develop the or construct the fault tree. So, Ericsson has given three concepts, actually talk that there will be INS concept, SSC concept and PSC concept. We will discuss what are those concept. First two I will just give you the definition from Ericsson book, and last one we will discuss at length. INS concept involves identifying immediate, necessary and sufficient causes. Immediate, necessary and sufficient causes of an event to occur and link these causes to the top event with appropriate gate symbol. Suppose you are talking about a system level failure. So, immediately what you require? You will just find out what are the possible causes. So, and those causes must be necessary and sufficient to have the top event occur. Okay. So, and then second one is SSC concept. SSC concept classifies a failure either state of the system, it is a system level failure or component level failure. If the failure is system level, then you use INS concept to further broken down, and if it is a system component level failure, then you use PSC concept, and PSC concept will be discussed later. So, then what is PSC concept? PSC concept, P stands for primary, S stands for secondary, C stands for common failure. Okay. So, the root of the primary failure lie within the design envelope and are caused by natural aging, wear and tear. So, primary failure, see PSC concept is used at the component level. Primary failure means the component itself fails because of its within design envelope because of wear and tear. Secondary failure here with reference to this component failure due to excessive stresses applied to the component, human error, environment, other things. So, it is not because of the design problem, it is because of the over use of the things, means excessive stress on it. Suppose a bulb can run continuously for 20 hours. So, if you use it more than 20 hours or 30 hours, there is chance that bulb will fail. So, it is not because of the design wear and tear, it is because of excessive load on it. What are the common failure? Anything, suppose any component that will work given certain command from neighboring components, okay, or someone gives some component. For example, a bulb will glow only when you put on the switch, and the wire connected to the bulb, switch and power supply, that should work. Suppose you have not put on the switch, bulb will not glow. The wire is broken, it will not carry current. So, these type of things, that means proper signal not comes to the component, and that is the situation when we say common failure has taken place. So, common failure are inadvertent control signals and noise generated due to malfunction of human, environment and neighboring components. Okay. So, so what happened then? We say that for fault tree construction, suppose when you start with system level failure, so use your immediate INS concept, immediate. For any failure, top level failure, you will find out the immediate causes, write down and see that they are necessary and they are sufficient to have this. So, then what happened? First level breakup is over, then you may find out the immediate causes related to a subsystem. Then again you may use INS concept, and in this manner what happened? You will come to the component level. When you come to the component level, that time you use PSC concept to understand why that component fails. So, INS and then ultimately SC. finally lead to SC component, then in the component PSC. So, system level to system component level, and then at the component level you use PSC, and as I told you PSC primary failure, secondary failure, common failure, and we have given you, I have given you already that what is primary, secondary, all those things. So, your this is the system level failure. Then what happened? These two you see, first level contributor, they are the immediate causes. Then immediate causes are linked with the top or system level failure by some gate. Now, what happened here, as it is immediate causes, it may be a subsystem level one or maybe a component level one. Then what you require to do? You require to find out the bottom level again. So, find out this, when you are putting circles, this is the component level failure. Circle means component level failure. So long you are not putting circle, it is not complete. So, what are the then steps? Identify undesirable top event, link contributor to top by logic gates, that is a step 3. Step 2 is identify first level contributor. Once you got this, come here. Then you know the proper logic, put AND gate, OR gate, or whatever other gate is applicable. Then what will happen? Immediately the first level contributor, again you just see after 3, then 4, identify the second level contributor. This is the first level contributor. Then you find out the second level contributor, this and this. Out of these 3 second level contributor, 2 are basic events because they are component level failure, but this one is not basic event because they may be subsystem level failure. It required to further broken down, and you repeat this process. So, that is the steps. I will quickly show you one example and then we will finish this lecture. This is what everybody knows this. This is the kitchen gas oven. Now, what happened? Suppose we want to develop a fault tree. What is our top failure? The top event is oven fails to burn. It may be due to primary failure such as the burner may be problematic one. Secondary failure may be the lighter is neighboring component not working, or common failure like no supply of gas. So, the oven fails to burn, that means the burner itself may fail. So, this burner system level failure. So, burner may fail, then your I am giving in terms of PSC concept here. The burner may fail, so then it is the primary. Then or what will happen? The burner is working, but you are using lighter is not working, but you are not able to understand that one. Maybe some reasons it is not working. So, or what will happen? Gas is not coming. So, when gas is not coming, that is a subsystem level because supply of gas is an issue. So, if I consider system and subsystem here, this oven is one system, another one is supply of gas is another system. So, that burner fails to burn. So, immediately what happened? We got the primary, that component are the burners. So, we are using PSC concept here. So, burner fails means burner itself fails, or burner is not getting the supply of gas. So, why burner is not getting the supply of gas means this is a subsystem level failure. So, why burner is not getting the gas, then you may find out that there is common failure. Common failure why? Because that maybe the component are not able to supply gas. Okay. So, then using this PSC concept here, what we will finally found out, oven fails to burn, primary burner failure, secondary failure may not be known, and no supply of gas. This is the common failure. So, no supply of gas is the common failure. So, here when you put like this rectangle symbol, these are all common case basically, common failures, and they may be intermediate failure, and finally, they may be component level failure. So, when you come down to component level failure, put circle. So, then what happened? Finally, no supply of gas, cylinder does not supply gas, transmission system fails to supply gas. Then why cylinder not supplied? Cylinder is a component, cylinder is empty, automatic valve malfunctioning. You are putting diamond because you do not know why it is malfunctioning at that point in time. Then what happened, and this one, transmission system fails to supply gas, manual valves do not open, rubber tube fails to supply gas. So, rubber tube failure is a primary. These are all circles. These are all circles. Okay. So, here also primary failure. So, that means this is one circle, this is another circle, this is another circle. So, 1, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So, these are the 5 circle, meaning 5 component level failure. Jamming of tube, then why jamming of tube you have not explored it further. So, that is why you are putting under secondary failure. Secondary failure means something which to be explored further. In this manner the fault tree will be constructed. Okay. For the same thing you develop the case the leakage of gas. What happened, if you see here, we are using only all these are basically OR, these symbols are OR gate, but just from drawing point of view there is some, these are all OR gates, these are all OR gates. Okay. So, the more the OR gate, that means what happened, in anything, any basic event occurs, it will lead to the top event. So, it is a vulnerable system, vulnerable system. Top event may happen occur in me. Okay. So, I will show you another one, leakage of gas here for the same kitchen system, oven system, leakage of gas. So, this is my OR gate, cylinder rupture, then there is AND gate, AND gate, AND gate, AND gate, another OR gate. So, when AND gate is there, that means some kind of standby. So, your system is better in terms of, because our ultimate in safety studies, top event is the undesired event. So, where there are more AND gate means it basically prohibit to the undesired event to occur more, and this is basically reduce the probability, this is reduce the probability of event. So, by constructing fault tree of a top event, you can find out that what is the system level vulnerability. Okay. When there are more AND gates, as we are talking about the undesired event, it is better system configuration. If more OR gates or all OR gates, then it is a problematic one. Okay. So, what I have shown then, we have basically seen that the gate symbol. So, let me tell you what I say. We say that fault tree, it is a graphical and mathematical tool, graphical and mathematical. It uses event symbols, gate symbols. Okay. Then what happened? We have given all example, you have seen that the meaning of event symbol, gate symbol with examples. Then the steps of construction, steps of constructing fault tree, constructing fault tree. What are the steps? So, you may go for INS concept and then SC concept. At the SC level, you will use PSC concept. Okay. So, in general this is the process, but PSC concept, or you may not use PSC concept, you can develop if you are expert. So, you can develop, but please keep in mind, initially you start with identifying top event, then first level contributors, then second level contributors, and you have to use appropriate logic in between. Okay. So, logic will be there. So, as I told you, if you find, and with using AND and OR gate you can construct fault tree, Other gates are required to use also. You may find out example or cases in your system where other gates can be used. So, but my first level suggestion is that you use AND and OR gate only, and this definitely gives you the full idea, but it will be maybe the longer one, but your knowledge will be clear. And second thing is that once you become expert, you use other gates and other symbols. Thank you very much.